Aloha mi gente. Oh my god, this is so exciting. This is my first ever YouTube video, and in true newbie fashion, your girl forgot to film an intro. So if you want to slay the day with this look, keep on watching and please subscribe before you leave, and we're gonna jump right into this. Get ready with me. So I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. It's so good. I've been using this foundation probably all summer now. And I know it's December now, but to me, because I live on such a hot island, like, really, summer it just never ends. I'm mixing in some of the MAC strobing cream in the shade Peachlite. I really like this because it just gives you, like, a luminous finish. I'm just going to add a tad. I'm going to go a bit more glowy today because my skin isn't angry at me for once, so I can. I'm blending this out with my Little Techniques blender. I'm gonna move my hair away from my face because it can get so annoying. I don't think I'd ever cut my hair. I've thought about it a million times, but I never would. I think I would look literally like Mrs. Potato Head. So today for concealer, I'm gonna be mixing everything. Nowadays I mix because, as I say, my tan, so I just never know what shade I am. I'm going to be using the Cool Tan, the Pro Conceal from LA Girl in the shade Cool Tan. Duh. And I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Conceal in the shade NC 42. And I like my concealer to be lighter than, like, a shade or two lighter than my foundation, but nothing too cray because, I mean, I've had nights when I've gone out, like I've done my full face and I've clocked and I'm like, you went a tad bit lighter than what I should have on my concealer, and I just ended up looking quite scary, if I'm honest with you. Yep, see? This is a little bit white, but it's fine. Nothing you can't fix with, oh girl, no, it's light. It's light as fuck. Just gonna blend it, Makeup is literally all about blending. So for contour, I'm gonna be using the LA Girl again in the Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. I like to use these only because they're so inexpensive. Like, honestly, I think I buy them for €6, something like that. So what you want to do when you're contouring is you want to go from, like, the tip of your ear and then just, like, go down and feel your cheekbone. You can kind of see as well when you do the chin as well. Okay. So you can see, like, there's like a harsh line, but it's okay. It will all be blended out in the end. It gets so dirty when I do this. And that's why everything in my house just looks like, it looks like I use fake tan, but I don't. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with baking. If you like a really full coverage face, or you've put on a lot of base makeup, so like a lot of cream products, and you want it to, like, sit and so that it doesn't move, you need some bakage. But I'm dipping my damp blender into the pot, grabbing the product, and just because if you're gonna set this now, this isn't gonna move. So if you've set your creases, you're gonna live with a crease for the rest of the day, girl. That just ain't me. All over the nose, on the chin. For the brows today, I'm going to be using my Eyebrow. Love my Eyebrow. I use it in the shade 4. Today I'm going to be using an angled eyebrow brush, sorry, from Better. So I usually start from, like, here, the inner corner, and work myself out to, like, here to the middle, and then I'll start, like, from the top do the arch, which is really what I'm all about. The arch is, I think, the most important thing to me because I don't have one. So we've got one brow on. And don't you always find like one always ends up looking better than the other? You're like, it's just so annoying. So now we're gonna grab another angled brush. This is a Real Techniques one. I got this in like a pack of eye brushes. We're gonna do a little concoction again. See how much cleaner, sharp it looks? So now I'm gonna put a little bit, just a little bit on the tops. I'm using the Morphe Y10 from the gold collection. Loved that gold collection. I got the whole collection and I'm so happy with it. Okay, so we're just gonna be blending that out. I like to do that, I don't know why, with my brows, like, to see if they're symmetrical. We're gonna set the eyelid. I'm gonna be using the 35OM by Morphe. So pretty. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with the shade, this shade. I like this shade, it's like a really good sort of bone color. Now we want to do patting motions because if you do blending motions, what could happen is you're going to move the product underneath, which is the cream, and you don't want that. And the reason why you usually would put a sort of base on, like a concealer or an eyeshadow primer, is so that whatever color you're going to be putting on is going to pop even more. I know I'm so late to the party, but I live on an island, so leave me alone. This eyeshadow palette, she did such a good job on the colors. I think it's the colors that I'm most impressed by because you literally can do so many things with this eyeshadow palette. So we're going to use this one today. So this is the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm sure you've seen it all over the internet. We're going to start off with a transition shade, this one, and I'm just using Colourpop. I think I'm gonna go for this shade just underneath. I used this shade on the weekend. So pretty. I just love like burnt, like brick colors. Oh. Using the Y16. I actually really like this one because it's really fluffy. Going back in with that burnt shade, just slightly tapping it, going back and forth. Okay, so we're going to grab that deeper shade and we're going to pop it into the inner corner and slightly join it. I've gone back in with the shade Pookie, and with my tapered blending Colourpop brush, I'm just blending out the edges. See the difference? It's just blended so much more seamlessly. Morphe Y22 brush. Love this brush. This sort of darker sort of purpley plum shade here, and then once you start to have less pigment, you're just gonna brush it up towards the top and bring it back down with the same brush, the brush that we started off with. Just gonna blend that out a little bit. Back in with the clean sort of blending brush. I'm just going to be blending out the edges of my eyeshadow to really give it that blown out effect. And it's always good to use a clean one because, you know, you're not adding any more colour. I think I'm going to go for this one. Really pretty shade. It's like a really nice grape sort of purple colour. And this one we're really going to keep low. I'm just curious, am I the only one that has the tendency of looking like an absolute idiot when blending? And then sort of smudge it a bit more towards the top once you have less pigment on your brush. Right, so I didn't want to bore you too much with all of this blending, so I'm just gonna speed it up a bit. This step is all about going back and forth with the darker shades and the lighter shades, just to really create a very seamless, blown out blend on the eye. What we really don't want is those harsh lines. So do make sure you take your time with the blending, you know, be patient, and make sure you get an arm cramp, because if you do, baby girl, that means you was doing everything right. This is of ochur, Pro Longwear Paint Pot by MAC. I'm going to be using double shader brush in the number 12 by Better Elite. I'm going to be using this side. Okay, so a cut crease can be very intimidating. Now, what I find helps me the most is I start with my line in the middle of my eyelid and I grab some product onto my brush, very small amount, and I start to do a patting, almost tugging motion with my brush. So where you want your cut crease line to end, that is where you're going to focus your brush and go back and forth with that tugging motion until you have created the desired shape. First I want to set it. What color should we go for? I'm thinking this color. Oh my god, so beautiful. I'm going to be using this one for the Real Techniques. Spray my brush with the Fix Plus. This is a really great packer brush from Real Techniques, and you're going to want to use a patting motion so we don't have any fallout. Okay, so with our detail brush, we're going to go back into that slightly darker shade, and we're going to work it into the shimmer shade so we don't have sort of like a part where it ends. Blending with that tapered blending brush from Colourpop, and in a minute we're going to go in with our Y16, the big fluffy brush, just to blend out the edges of the eyeshadow too. So now we can dust away for the bottom lash. If I even dared to watch this video, I think I would die and want to hide under a rock to never come out ever again, because I hate my voice, but it's fine. I'm going to be using the Y20 by Morphe. Grab that cranberry shade. Now I'm going for that really dark shade, and I'm blending that out with my M322 by Morphe. Okay, so we finished the eyes. I'm going to come back to it in a minute. You know that's how I work. Well, why would you know if this is my first video? Anywho, Shade and Light Palette by Kat Von D. A must. A staple in anyone's kit, whether you're a makeup artist, whether you're just like an aficionado. It's an OG of mine. I love her so much. Sorry, I was like, was there someone at the door? Not at my door, but at the window, which would be impossible because I live on a 5th floor. Anyway, so for that, I shall be using my Y9. What I do is I mix this one and literally just like a little dab. And I want mine to be very high because I want to look slim. So once you've done that, blush. Y4, you need it in your life. If you don't have this brush, you can't blush. That rhymed. Why did I get so excited about that? I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink today. Super pretty. And as my stunning mummy taught me, you have to smile big so you can really get that high cheekbone effect. So now back to the eyes. I'm going to be using today the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And if you're anything like me, where your lashes won't curl for shit, Lash Paradise is where it's at. A bit more baking will be going on right now. Doing this is really going to help your contour stay in place and for it to look super sharp all day. And I'm going to be doing the contouring of my nose. And I will be right back. You might think I look like a crazy woman, which, yeah, I kind of do look like a crazy woman. To be, oh, got no chinos, I've got no chinos. Has it come to that time? I think it has. It's highlight time. Highlight da, da, da. That's my highlighting dance. Should we do Oh Darling? Wide 22 is where it's at when it comes to inner corner highlight. And if you really want to poppin', spray that beige. Dust off that translucent powder you've got on your nose. We put that powder on just to really help create that straight line, snatch that nose up, and in a minute we're just going to dust away the translucent powder we had on our contoured cheeks. I don't know if I'm going to be using Oh Darling for everywhere, but I don't know, I feel like I love Oh Darling, but sometimes I feel like it's a bit chunky. I'm doing my nose highlight. I mean, I'm sending signals to the moon. I like to just do like the exclamation mark and then drop my brush, of course. Okay. Now we're gonna get my highlighting brush. Where are you? Where art thou? Camouflage she was. And so we're just gonna go into Oh Darling and let's see how it looks first. And I'm using the Morphe Y14. Love this. I mean, it looks okay, but I'm not that keen on it. I'm going to be using Precious Petals by Wet n Wild. See, that's what I wanted. I want to send signals to the moon and back. Oh, girl. Since I already did Oh Darling on the other side, I'm going to do Oh Darling at the base and then Precious Petals again over the top. So now I'm just going over with my Y9 where I highlighted just so that the two sort of blend in together and it doesn't look too cray cray. What are we missing? That's it, liquid lip. What are we going to go for today, darling? Oh, maybe we could go for the new Nabla one. I wonder if that's going to go with my look. I think it could. Oh, this smells so good. It smells like... Oh, I just got some on my nose. It smells like vanilla. Like cookies. Oh, it smells so good. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm living for that. I really love this liquid lip. It's one of their limited editions for Christmas and I was so impressed at how well it just glided onto the lip. I live for this liquid lip. Okay, so to finish this look off, we're going to spray ourselves with some Big Splash. Once you've sprayed, as I'm going to show you in a minute, which I have to thank Nikki Tutorials for the little tip, you have to really fan your face because what this is going to do is really going to help your makeup slay all day, baby. Fix Plus also prevents our makeup from looking cakey, so it's really going to help everything sink into the skin. So I'm going to pop some lashes on and I'll be right back. So I used the Duo Lash Glue and I'm just using some tweezers just to pop them on. And then in a minute I'm going to be using the Ardell Lash Applicator. I like this because it really helps your false lashes adhere to your real ones. And I used a pair of flutter lashes in the style I Slay. So this is it, guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you've got to this point of the video, thank you so much. It takes time and dedication. I've had so much fun filming this. Do subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Thank you for welcoming me into this YouTube family. Hi guys. Such a weirdo. Okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, girl. What do you think? You think I'll say? As liquid lipstick. No, that didn't really happen.